endless dark between the light of stars grows ever wider as the fundament absconds from the moment of its own mindless creation. There, in those deep and unlit places, lurk things that the human psyche shudders to render in form. Outer denizens, as do our protagonists, is to forsake one's place in the sane and rational world of the wakeful and delight amongst the terrors of the night. Rest not thy head, nor utter thy nightly prayers, lest the forsaken the gates move. This is a sidecast.
You get to the house and you can hear music playing. You can hear it over the wind, but as you get up the driveway, by now it's starting to rain. It's the kind of rain where it's come down kind of hard, not too hard, but you know it's going to get harder.
Really pissing it down.
Yeah, it hasn't quite gotten to
Okay,
that, but it's
it.
you can hear the thunder. You can occasionally see tracks of lightning a little bit closer. The ground isn't quite muddy yet, but it'll be there very soon. The music that's playing that you can hear over the rain, it's something from the 40s. You get to the front door. You can see the drapes are closed, but you can see like shadows moving behind. You can hear some people's voices from inside, kind of muffled. You know, if you went up to one of the windows and listened, you could probably hear what they're saying. But some laughing coming from one of the rooms off on the east side. It looks like all the windows on the ground floor are lit up. There's one up on the west side right before it wraps around that's on. In Europe they do ground level, first level, right?
I think so.
Yeah, so what would to us be the second level, but to them be the first level.
Yeah.
That's where it's mostly out. And it goes up another, I think, 2 levels.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The top is kind of, that's where the roof is, but you can see that there are rooms up there. There's one up in the front and then a few on the sides. So it's 4 level. There's only one light that you can see on the second level and everything else is dark. And here you are, it's starting to rain pretty heavy.
Yeah, I'm gonna, if I have not finished the joint, I'm going to like put it out on like something damp and like, you know, stuff it back in to a safekeeping spot. And go up and like cough a little bit, make sure, you know, like get all the smoke out. Really, I don't know, forget about my eyes. Be shot.
Yeah.
You know, just like not paying attention to that. And then
Visine
like,
is expensive.
yeah, Visine is expensive. Maybe not. Does it exist? I don't know. Knock on the
Exist?
door.
Probably.
Knock on the door.
Okay, you knock on the door.
And then quickly present, get back behind the young girl who probably looks soaked right now, so as to not be the face of the party.
Actually, I think, are you guys in luck? Are you guys in luck? No, you're not in luck. So, leading up to the front door are a set of stairs. You have 2 stairs going up on either side to a landing, and then a single set going up to the front doors.
All right, so there's no gate.
There's no gate, there's no
Okay.
canopy. You guys are kind of standing out in the rain. You hear a sound, kind of low, rumbling sound. Starts getting a little bit louder and louder and louder, and it's coming straight for the door.
For the door?
For the door in front of you. The door flies open, and a man on a unicycle in a pair of white suspenders, rolls out. Looks like when he opened the door, he kind of put himself off balance, and he comes tumbling down the stairs off of the unicycle, right towards you. Everyone give me a roll relating to reflexes.
Yep, that's going to be veteran drifter. Combat die!
Because you're high, penalty die.
Combat die with penalty die.
Knife fighter?
I'll give you a bonus die, so 2 dice and a bonus. And you, same thing, 2 dice and a bonus.
Sword fighter.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. I'm going to take this right in the face then, probably.
Well, 10. Yeah.
10, okay.
6. 4.
4 and 6. Okay, so
Fuck.
you have the instinct. Scarlet has the instinct to dodge.
Mm-hmm.
Elion also has the instinct to dodge. However, he dodges right into Leonard, who is doing an awkward combat roll right into you. And the young man on the previously, on the unicycle crashes into both of you.
Oh my god.
You both take a hit point of damage from the impact.
Of course. Yeah.
What a bunch of idiots.
You
I was just gone forever.
You do manage to stop from rolling down the stairs because there's a railing there.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of all crowd up there, and then high or low?
Hi.
High. Okay. Then the unicycle comes flipping down the stairs and slams right into Leonard.
Yes!
No damage.
Okay,
It's just the indignity.
Yep. No, it's fair. Fair.
Yes. I'm hearing Scooby-Doo sounds.
Hey man, you broke your bicycle, man. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's a unicycle. Sorry. Steven! You hear from up at the door, and you all look up, and you see a woman in, looks like her late 30s. Mm-hmm. She has reddish hair, also very similar to yours, in fact. Straight, and kind of bob cut at the bottom. She's got a white band kind of holding it back on
boy.
top. She's wearing
Oh boy.
a green dress,
No.
kind of just a sharp cut, sleeveless, a white collar on it. It's like, Stephen, I've told you 1,000 times not to do that. Going and answering the door on your goddamn unicycle. I'm terribly sorry. Please, come in. You'll all catch a draft.
It's
Thank
alright.
you so kindly.
Thank you.
It's a bit chilly out here.
Stephen, pick yourself up.
I will help.
I'm sorry, miss.
I will help Stephen up.
Okay.
I'll carry the broken bicycle
Yeah.
on my shoulder, and if I'll hand it to the lady at the door, and be like, I think he's lost a wheel, and hand it to
Oh
her.
no, it's a unicycle. It has only one wheel. Thank you, though.
Man, you guys got gypped at the bicycle salesman.
She actually laughs. Please do come in. Your name, sir?
Leonard.
Leonard. I'm Judith Gray.
Oh, nice to meet you, Miss Gray.
You'll want to talk to my husband, I think, she says, and you can kind of tell she's got a whiff of your general aura.
She can read auras. How mystical.
Okay.
So she ushers the rest of you in. I do say it's very strange to have visitors at a time like this.
Yes, we had an accident on the road near the stones.
Oh, well, I'm glad that you're all
Matthew
right.
came by and saw us. He told us it'd be alright to stop by here.
Oh, you saw Matthew.
Great
Matthew
fit of
and
luck.
Sylvia.
Oh, are they well?
Yeah, they seemed well the last time we saw them.
Did they?
They were well at peace when we did leave them.
Well, I hope
were
not
hugging.
too long.
Says
It's
Ross.
certainly coming down now. Please, come and get dry.
Did no one caught the Macbeth line?
Yes.
Sure, sorry. It's been on my brain lately.
She kind of sets the unicycle aside by the door. Stephen, pick that up.
Mm-hmm.
So Stephen comes in also. You get a look at him now. His face is, you didn't really see it at first because his skin's kind of pasty, but his face is white, powdered white.
Okay.
Um,
I was like,
lips are kind of red. Nose has a little red dot.
okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Really should have rolled party.
Well,
It's fine.
Actually, you can give me a party animal roll right now.
I will. That's why I thought about it.
She does ask if she can get anyone a drink.
Spin. Nope, that's a 7.
7? Okay.
Yes. Have you got any brandy?
Oh, absolutely. Brandy will warm you right up.
Thank you so much.
Right this way. She kind of leads you past the front hall. Has the stairs leading up, kind of like a half a grand staircase. I don't know what you would call it, but it's not like a full
A baby grand.
She leads you into like a den or like a living room area. There's a record player. That's where the music's coming from, out of the sound system. Looks like a pretty good sound system, actually, for what it is. Fairly modern for the 60s. So,
You guys get any Schlitz?
I'm sure we can work something up. Henry, she says, and there's a young man you can see as you walk in. So first off, there's a couple of ladies and gentlemen sitting around playing a card game, probably poker. One of the women has her brown hair up in a ponytail. The other one has blonde hair, like kind of straight and down to about her chin. The blonde has a camera sitting next to her, where she's holding her cards. Looks like a Kodak. Henry, the man she's talking to, it's a black gentleman sitting in front of an easel, and it seems to be painting a picture of, looks like a wolf leaning down into a stream to get a drink on like a calm night.
Looks like a wolf.
I mean, yeah, you can get a closer look if you want. All of them look like guests.
Okay.
And
Including Henry?
yes.
Okay.
And Stephen?
Yes. Well, Stephen, you're not sure about. She is, kind of giving Stephen this weird, like, I'm
Son,
planning
could
around
be
that.
into it.
Son, nephew, or like little brother vibe. Or yes, that too.
Yeah, Pierre, he's into it.
Oh boy.
So Henry kind of gets up and says, "Yes, Judy. What can I get for you?
Man,
What was it you asked for?
Schlitz, or any beer, really,
I'll see what we got."
Okay, perfect.
So he goes over and starts rummaging around. Please have a seat, Judy says to all of you. There's a couch there. She doesn't seem concerned by the fact that you're wet. I mean, if you have coats and stuff, obviously, sure.
Yeah, I'm wearing a white see-through shirt, so can I go to the loo and change, please?
Absolutely. I'm terribly sorry. I'm afraid I didn't notice.
We didn't notice.
Yeah.
We didn't notice.
I was surprised to notice.
Ilion noticed. Party animal for the win. You know what? Why don't you come with me? I'll get you some clothes from my wardrobe upstairs.
Thank you so much.
Looks like they fit you.
Sorry for being rude. My name is Scarlett MacArthur. It's
Very nice to meet you, Scarlett.
Thank you.
Have we met before?
No. Frankly, I've never been here before in my life. My parents are from Edinburgh.
North of the border.
Yeah.
So she kind of takes you up, and she seems, I mean, you can definitely tell, I won't even make you roll for it. She seems intrigued. So she takes you upstairs. She kind of calls up the stairs. Patrick, we have unexpected guests. Come make yourself the man of the house. And you can tell there's kind of a jestfulness in it. She's not being like, she's not busting his balls. It's more like they have an understanding.
Well, he could be into it.
He could be into it. So, Judy takes you upstairs. Henry comes back. Fred, we don't have a beer here. We might have some out in the larder, in the cold storage.
Hey, yeah. I'll go out there and look for some. Man.
I'll come with you. It's kind of getting bad out there.
Yeah, man. You got an umbrella or something?
An umbrella?
No, umbrella.
Yeah, it should be one.
Umbrella?
So Henry takes you, along, through the kitchen, towards the back. And Elion is...
So, one thing I'm looking around for, it's a calendar!
Yes! Yes!
I mean, I note the card players, but I look for a calendar.
No calendar here, however, you do see a kitchen that they're walking towards. Maybe there's a calendar there.
I go in that direction.
Okay.
Left unattended, just wandering around the house. You know, I make a upstanding citizen role who can do no wrong to seem like an upstanding citizen who can do no wrong. 11.
Okay, so you guys get into the kitchen. It's a very nice kitchen. It's fairly big. Looks very clean. And right outside, you can see a little path leading to what looks like a storage house. This would be towards the west side of the house. You do see a calendar. It says 1957. September. There's a few dates that are circled.
Is that a how old is that calendar?
Oh, a few years.
Because it's up. Well, I don't even know if it's October.
Yeah, tell me about it.
All right.
I keep telling them to change it.
I mean, it looks like it wouldn't be a problem. You know, but
I mean, that's from before Kennedy was president of the U.S., right?
I do believe so. Yeah. Do those? Sorry if I'm being a bother, but do those circled dates mean anything in particular?
I think it's just he takes a look. Honestly, don't know. There might be supplies coming in.
Fair enough. You need any help out there?
Sure, no, I wouldn't recommend going out. He takes an umbrella, opens the door, and now it's coming down very hard.
You sure you can't make do with liquor, buddy?
Come on. He's already standing.
Man, I was in the Black Forest. No, wait. I was in a plane over the Black Forest in the sky, so I wasn't in the forest. I never crashed in the forest. That I could think of. But man, I flew in the rain. I can walk in the rain.
As you were.
Thanks, Corporal. not even fucking thinking about
So
it.
you head out into the rain, and the wind is howling.
And the wolves are howling.
You can see. So you get up to the cold storage shed, and Henry kind of throws open the door, goes inside. You're going inside. As you're going across, you can see there's generally it's clean mowed, like the fields around the house. Towards the back, like the northwest side, so over on where you are and a little bit north, there's this gnarly old tree. No leaves. It's kind of late in the season, so maybe it just lost all of them, but it looks big, old, and just branches all gnarly. It's the most prominent feature. For some reason they kept it here, even though it looks kind of ugly.
Okay. For some reason.
Roll 2 dice, add a bonus die.
Yeah, I'm just gonna also say
Gnarly tree, man.
Oh yeah, it's an old one. I figured it'd have died by now.
bonus die. That's a 7.
7. One of the branches seems to move in a way that seems strange given the wind. The whole tree is kind of shifting this way, and that one branch just kind of moves in this weird up and down way for a second.
Yeah.
But you don't see anything. You don't hear anything over the wind. You just see that one branch move, like something.
Looks like one of the branches is broken.
I mean, she's got a lot of broken ones. Come on in.
Yeah, okay.
Stand right there in the rain. So he takes you inside, and there's he goes and he grabs some beer out of a case. Who's to do?
Is it I can't think time period wise, but I think it would still be the one where you have to open one side and open the other, or pop 2 holes in it for air. Yeah,
Yeah, man, it's perfect.
We can open them back inside.
Cool.
You can see also that there's meat laid out on this stone slab. Some jars up on a shelf. It looks like they're pretty set as far as food goes.
Yeah.
Not sure what kind of meat it is. Maybe venison.
Hey, man, you guys do jerky up in these parts?
I don't know, but I think we should try it.
Yeah, man. I got some recipes that my Air Force buddies and I, figured out. Of course, we added some special ingredients, magic jerky and all that, man.
Magic? Jerky?
Yeah, man.
You mean like abracadabra?
Sure, man. If you want to put it that way, tell me, man. Have you ever?
Shit, man, you should tell that to Judy.
Well, you ever dated a girl named Mary Joanna?
Oh, that kind of magic.
Yeah.
You got any?
Mary Joanna.
You itching, man?
Yeah, you should tell Patrick.
Yeah. All right. Cool, man. Thanks for the tip.
All right, so he'll take you back in. Give me another 2-die roll.
Yeah. 6.
6. Okay. That's actually enough to make it.
Oh, thank Christ. Okay.
As you're coming back in, you notice something scratched into the door frame of the back door to the kitchen, or the side door to the kitchen. It's scratched a little bit higher than eye level.
What is it?
It looks kind of like a star.
Like a zoop star.
Yeah, but it's not quite even, and something like an oval in the middle.
Is it is a point facing exactly up?
Yep.
Okay, so it's not inverted.
No.
Okay.
What would Leonard do? He'll wait for the dude to go inside and be like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna stare at that tree for a little bit."
Okay.
And then Leonard's gonna take out his pocket knife, and if there's space, carve out another little star, copy it, and then draw a curved line underneath, and put a little dot in the oval in both eyes to make a smiley.
Cool. Okay. All right. That's awesome. Okay.
You're why we died.
Cool. Okay, Al. So Scarlett is upstairs. You're in her bedroom. Judy is going into a wardrobe and pulling out some clothes. She gives you a selection, so you're kind of holding them. And it's a good thing you're holding them because a moment later, a gentleman, a tall gentleman, blonde-haired, looks like he's wearing a black turtleneck, smoking jacket, comes by and he's holding it's kind of a cigarette holder. You can definitely smell marijuana coming out of it. And he kind of pokes his head in. Did you say we had guests here?
Do you mind?
Oh, excuse me. Terribly sorry. I'm more well-bred than this. I didn't realize that we were upstairs. And he kind of he makes a big show of turning around, and I was just heading down. Can I get you anything, dear, or young lady? He's talking to you, but he's not looking.
No, thank you. I'm quite fine. Hurry along now. Bye-bye.
Once again, I'm terribly sorry. He heads on downstairs.
I'm sure.
Scarlett only got a glimpse of the gentleman before he turned around, but pretty sure you've met him before.
Mr. Gray, who is that exactly?
Oh, Patrick Gray, my husband.
Right.
The name is kind of going back in your memory, and he's lectured at your school.
Patrick Gray.
It was the school that you studied at. I don't know if that was also the school you currently work at.
Yes, it's
okay. That was my assumption.
An all-girls college.
Yeah, so he gave a lecture there, very interesting, on Arthurian legend.
That's right. That was the fellow who gave the lecture at Wellesley.
Oh, but that would have been a few years ago, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
We haven't been stateside in a
while
while.
I was still studying at school. Yeah.
Oh, yes. My husband is very accomplished, shall we say. He often gives lectures. Give me the 3 dice roll for your what is it? Emotional
yeah, the
entries.
Shit. Okay. Goddamn ones. 8.
8?
Yeah.
That beats the diff. So
Okay.
You kind of look back, and she's giving you Just for so it was like a micro expression. It was a very quick glance, and it looked. Let's put it this way: it was interest that borderlines on inappropriate. You're not quite sure if that's in a specific way, like she's eyeing you up, or if it's just for a moment she allowed something she was thinking to kind of color her expression. Definitely interest, but like interest that makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable. But very quickly she's back to her normal expression and says, "I'll wait for you downstairs."
What are my clothing options?
Pretty much, I mean, she's got an extensive
Yeah,
wardrobe, so whatever the hell you want to be wearing. You do also notice in there that there are some costume clothing,
Okay.
probably
Yeah.
similar to what the two lovers were wearing. So it seems like she probably gave them that costuming.
Interesting. Be best to wear green, but my host is already wearing
Right,
green.
right.
So,
Maybe
Save.
something in an aqua.
yeah, that'd be nice.
So, Elion, as you turn away, like you were in the kitchen, you do notice some mail sitting on the counter.
Is it open?
No, but you can see the timestamp, like,
Okay.
for the post.
Yes! Yes?
It is postmarked September 1962. And a quick glance at the other envelopes there shows similar dates.
Does it seem like old forgotten mail? Or like this is mail that probably arrived in the last week or so?
No, it looks recent.
Okay. That's fantastic.
And you hear a voice. I'm not really sure how the Crown does things, but I imagine the Limeys still consider it an offense to go through their mail. And you look at it up in the doorway, and there's a gentleman standing there, holding a cigarette, probably like a malt liquor or something. And
Uh-huh.
kind of dark hair that's receding.
Have I seen him before?
Looks familiar. He's, younger than you.
Is he at this point?
You look like just the kind of degenerate I could really appreciate.
You... Listen here. I found whatever that junk was that you told me to get. I'm still feeling pretty strung out, man.
He takes a long sip. Afraid I don't know what you're talking about, friend.
Wait.
I haven't seen you ever before in my life.
Fuck.
So he blows out some smoke.
Wait. Wait.
Oh, there you are. A woman says as she walks in. She kind of comes up, and the man, puts his arm around her.
Are we gonna have to look at those dice?
I've been looking all around for you, Hunter.
I'm going to use Con Artist as a sanity check to see if I can tell that they're actually there.
Sure.
That's a 9.
A 9?
In the same sequence that I keep rolling 9s.
Oh, remember to roll the black die.
Oh.
Okay, it's just a 9. Okay, so you don't lose sanity. You are pretty sure that they're actually standing here.
Okay. I'm so sorry, sir. I thought you were someone else. Clearly, as you can probably tell. So I indeed do apologize sincerely for that.
Shouldn't be apologizing to me. You should be apologizing to the man of the house.
I have not had the pleasure of meeting him yet.
Would you like an introduction?
I think that would be best.
I think at this time Leonard would
Yes.
have finished the carving and
Yes.
would, and
What the hell's he doing?
I
Getting the beer, man.
Fucking degenerates.
Hey, you know, I stormed the beaches. No, wait, I flew over the beaches in Normandy to help free you guys, you know? And like, England was in was it No, it was Were we fighting for Germany?
I don't know if it's
remember.
shell shock or weed, but
it's both. It's
I call it the shell shocker. It's a new like blend, you know?
do you have any on you?
No, man.
Fuck. So with that, he turns around.
Really, you didn't?
Man, he had like the cop face, you know?
I'm pretty sure he's not.
Hey, you know, just being safe, man. You know?
I'm going to try to adopt the most like sagely demeanor that I can muster. I'm pretty sure he's not.
It's very convincing.
Like speaking with like compound sagacity from knowing Hunter, being from the future, and being a party animal. I will roll all the dice I need to impress upon you that he's not.
I will concur and be like, well, we'll just wait until like, you know, later, and then I'll give him, you know, we'll chill, man.
So you can hear they've turned around. He and the woman have left, and
Okay.
they're talking to somebody outside. And you can hear like outside in the like toward the front hall. Like
Okay.
you hear the woman say, "Oh, Patrick, I'm glad you came down. Who are your other guests?" He's like, "Well, I was just planning to meet them actually. They're in the kitchen."
Yes.
Yeah, one's going through your mail.
I was looking at the post date. I've been convalescing as of late, and I was not actually sure what day it was. And your calendar seems horrendously out of date. I'm sorry to say.
It's just like Eurotrash, like you. No offense meant, he says to the to his host. None taken. Hello. He walks in.
Hey, man, are you Patrick? Is your name?
Why, yes, I haven't seen you in a long time, he says. And you've also met him before.
What?
Wait a minute. Hold up.
Everyone knows him.
Where do I remember you, man?
It was the French Riviera.
Wait, you remember me?
Operation Dragoon? You gave
Yeah.
us air support.
Yeah. That was a long dragoon, if I remember.
Yes, well,
yeah, man.
the Jerrys were
Yeah.
taking their sweet time
Yeah, man.
retreating, but you got them.
I
We all got them.
Leonard remembers not a single minute of piloting in that entire operation.
This is true. You do vaguely remember some British serviceman on the ground. You don't remember exactly what his rank was. You don't remember exactly what capacity he was serving in, but you did meet him on the ground.
Okay.
This was after
Not in the air.
Not in the air. The only thing I remember in the air is like doing some like barrel rolls, trying to get my blunt to
Barrel
fall.
rolls or ailerons?
Aileron rolls and barrel rolls, trying to get a blunt to fall like back into my mouth. Because I had lost it like mid, and when I looked back up, there was like a huge explosion, and an ME 109 just like, or 110 was like blowing up. in
You
my
would
face.
remember it was 1944, and he.
So that would be the Messerschmitt 262. The jet fighters were like in play then. Yeah.
Okay.
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 Actually, give me a veteran roll.
Okay. Cool.
How do I remember this man?
So you're pretty sure you met him at a party.
When was this party?
Probably about when you got your start as a con man.
How old am I?
Probably about 30. So,
No. Was he older then?
no.
No.
You do remember at this party you were meeting. You know, this is when you were first starting out. and-
Right. So before any of the other times we did anything.
Right.
Right.
You had a mark.
Okay.
It was not this guy.
Good.
You were making headway,
Mm-hmm.
and best way I can describe it is they got poached. Patrick here seemed to have already had his meat hooks in. But upon talking to you after he had conducted his business, he gave you some pointers and gave you a lesson that was perhaps more valuable than anything you could have gotten out of your mark.
Which was...
We'll say at the time you were, I don't want to say too eager, but you moved a little too fast.
Okay.
He was like, don't scare them off.
Okay.
Coil slowly like the viper.
And
only at the last moment
so
do you spring.
Okay. So I met him at a party when I was starting out.
Probably sometime early 2000s.
Early 2000s. And he did not look older at that time.
No. Interestingly, with Scarlet, he didn't really look much different. He did look a bit younger. Like, obviously the war was a good almost 20 years ago, 15 years ago. And he had a little less gray at his temples. He had a mustache at the time. So he did look younger in your memory.
In my memory?
Yeah, in specifically in Leonard's.
Okay. Okay, so three things.
Yeah.
Three things. First, 11.
Okay, so you would remember it was the Battle of Montelimar.
Okay.
He was on the British side with the American allies. He was involved in fighting alongside the Sixth Corps. That's pretty much what you remember from your discussion with him there. And the other question?
Second thing. Hey, Patrick. Is this guy? I point at the dude with the malt liquor and the cigarette Hunter. I point at him and say, "Is he a cop?"
I certainly hope not.
All right. Third thing.
Do I look like a goddamn cop to you?
All right. Third thing. You want some weed, bro?
Well, yes. Actually, I would love some. Is it good?
Man, it is a new blend. I tell you what. I call it.
It damn well better not be the Shell Shocker.
It's not the Shell Shocker, man. It's I call it Uranium 420. Yeah, man. It's great shit, man. Like it's like makes your brain go like kaboom.
He takes a drag off of the cigarette in the cigarette holder. Is it enriched?
Man.
He laughs as well.
I say, well, yeah, man. I mean, if you run through, let me just try it. Let me just tell you, I threw some in some yellow cake one time, man, and it was like, it was the bomb.
Well, enough foreplay. Let's get to it.
Right. Yeah.
Hunter, you in?
I'm sorry, can I save these two idiots from being kicked out of the
Sure.
house?
It's at this point that you come
I
down
think
the stairs.
he's perfectly fine.
And both you guys see Scarlet in her new outfit, which is...
Yes, it's a really nice sort of like A-line, like sweetheart neckline, taffeta, aqua blue gown. And it's like, 60s like calf length, with some matching like blue slippers, that sort of thing. And, like
Fuck.
just like a white silken wrap because it's a little chilly.
Judith, darling, I dare say it looks better on her. She laughs. She laughs. Like, she straight up laughs. From the other room.
Alion's just sort of slack-jawed. I rolled a 5 to not get distracted. It's a con artist roll.
Yeah, and my hair is up, and like some curls are like falling out.
And he did not get distracted.
So she comes downstairs. Are you already rolling up, or are you like?
Man, I'm rolling up, man.
So it looks like he's rolling.
You're not moving to like sit anywhere.
They're all cool.
You're not moving to sit anywhere.
Well, we will, like, you know, like the drawing room, or like that's
Yes,
what it's
that's
called.
retired, please.
Yeah.
Would you care to join us? He says to you as you reach the bottom of the stairs.
Think.
Yes, I will. Thank you.
It's a very interesting accent. Where's it from?
My parents are from Scotland, but we spent a lot of summers in England,
Ah.
so it's kind of dulled down.
So as you're talking, he's ushering you in, and the best way I can describe it is that he's very comforting to be around. You kind of get the same vibe off of Judith when she's not giving you a weird stare.
Yeah.
Just very laid back. They lead you back into the room where the poker game has ceased. Henry is sitting and talking now with the young woman with the camera. Looks like
They still around the table with the cards.
they've moved over to like a couch nearby to
Cards
the
still laid
painting.
out.
Yeah, cards are still laid out. Doing a card reading, perfect.
4.
4. Sometimes, in those moments between waking and sleep, the real world and the world of dreams blend. And you can see nightmares as if they had flesh. Otherwise, 3 of a kind.
Otherwise, 3 of a kind. I love it. Otherwise, this guy's not making a very good Batman.
Yeah. So, who is partaking of the special blend?
I'm definitely giving Hunter one, and I'm giving Patrick a solid 3 ounces as like a haven't seen you in a long time, bud gift.
Bud.
Yeah.
Yes, I did think about that. That's very funny. I did not. Like, I was like, what? Oh.
Okay, so he's very pleased with that. Hunter is taking his tokes and...
Oh, no, man. Like, we don't roll that stuff up, man. We break out the Colt 420.
Oh,
the
fuck
Radium
yeah.
420. So
Oh,
I
God.
I pulled the M1911
How did I not see this before?
out of my belt, and I'm like, don't worry, guys, don't worry, I got this. I make sure to do the clip, undo the clip, get the round out of the chamber, put it back in the clip, pocket the clip, and then I bring out of the backpack a little attachment, which is like a bowl, right, from a pipe. And it sits perfectly when you pull the slide back. It sits perfectly in the opening where the shell casings would be ejected out. It sits perfectly in there, and when you like let go of the slide just a little bit, it kind of like secures it in place.
Nice.
How often do you clean this gun?
Man, I clean it like every day. You know? Like,
Alright, I'm sorry. You were carrying a loaded weapon in my car?
yeah.
Well, I mean, you're in the Northumberland countryside. I can't think of a finer place on earth to have a sidearm.
Man, he's like, dude, you're smart. And then I like put some weed in there, and and of course with the way an M1911 is, you can see the muzzle of the barrel, and that extends a little bit, so that you're not, you're kind of like you have a nice pipe-esque
yes.
thing to like.
So
choke on.
you demonstrate
Mm-hmm.
how it's done, and Hunter is in awe of this thing. After he's taken a couple of hits, he's like, "This is a thing of beauty."
Yeah, man. It's like you get a nice, it's like a metallic taste to it, and then like there's some residual gunpowder in there, so it's like an extra kick, you know?
Safe.
Yeah, safety's on, of course.
Well, I can say I've never quite had it this way, but
Yeah, just make sure you unload it first, you know?
I should say so. Yes. Would you like some? He passes it along to Elian.
I'm trying to get right still, but some alcohol would be appreciated.
Right. He gets up and... Someone seen my wife, by the way. Says, and he goes over to fix you a drink. Probably
Okay, cool.
goes out like a cognac or something.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Judy, where's she off to? Meanwhile, you can see Hunter reaches out and very very stoically, almost, kind of like he's thinking very deeply. He's writing for a moment in like a little notepad. Then he puts the pen in his mouth and he reaches out and he pulls out a little pouch. And he reaches inside and pulls out something. It's like a little, about the size of a pebble. You know, and he just pops it into his mouth.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, if you needed rune stones, Mike, I have rune stones. In
No, that would be awesome if he had runes. No.
That's not his kind of magic.
Okay.
And he goes back to writing.
What was that, if you don't mind my asking?
He looks at you, and for a moment something passes between you.
No!
And it's like he recognizes that. Later, he would write something to the extent of, at that moment, it became clear that our destinies, the path of our existence through multiple timelines, would converge in this place and in others.
It's okay.
Have you told him your name, by the way, at this point?
I mean,
Like,
if I haven't given it at any point before, I would have given it at the table.
Okay, so, Mr. Lautrec, that what I just took is the pataphysical stardust.
I do say.
Man, that's a new type of stuff I'd never heard before, man.
It's very rare. It's made from a fungus that grows on the tomb of a man named Alfred Jerry.
Oi!
Broke Pierre.
It's okay. It's okay.
You don't understand, I'll explain later.
I don't understand, but it's okay.
I find when taking it, things become clear.
That's both enlightening and, like, morbid.
Do you happen to feel, I guess the word would be guided in any way?
Like, he's about to answer and the lights flicker.
Like, in the room?
Throughout the whole house. The turntable slows. The sound coming through is something much more modern, something a bit more 60s, a little bit more like pop rock for the time. I say, there must be a hell of a storm out there.
Did those kids make it back all
Give
right?
me a,
Help me.
so you say, did the kids make it back?
Yeah.
Okay.
But also, damn.
The kids.
I'll let Scarlet take this
Matthew
one.
and Sylvia, they're not back yet, are they?
Poor, the poor sap of the lovebirds. They went out maybe half an hour before these fucks showed up. No offense.
Hey, no problem, man. I've been called worse things by the corporal.
Yes.
So he goes and he looks towards the window. Everyone give me a perception-ish check.
Okay.
This is purely situational awareness.
Okay, so...
Okay.
I would
Veteran
say
trick.
veteran would work. You guys probably not. So give me 2 dice. Or,
I have con artist, ride, and knife fighter, so
I don't really think either apply, but
fair enough.
take a bonus die
Okay.
because of Knife Fighter.
Okay.
And
Psychological awareness?
I don't really think that sword fighting would fit here because that's more
No,
kind of fencing.
Right.
So
Yeah.
roll 2 dice.
Rolled 10.
10. Okay.
8.
8. 4. Okay. Scarlet is looking at Patrick, who's now looking out the window towards the south of the house, where you guys came in. All you can see is rain and the howl of wind.
Is that also the direction of the Dedao stones?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's north of there.
I can see the howl of wind.
Well, you can hear it.
Yeah.
No, that's important.
Yes. Yeah. This is actually a game where seeing a howl of wind is potentially a thing.
Seeing as in the rain is like slanting sideways.
No, see, that would be the kind way of it happening.
No, that would be the kind way.
Pierre, you hear kind of like a creak coming from somewhere up, maybe upstairs, maybe a couple of floors up. You hear this as well, however, what captures your eye is a rush of movement coming from towards the back of the house. You can see through like an open door, windows towards the north face, and something moves past the window very quickly. There's no sound, but just the movement.
Was it tall? Was it low to the ground?
Very hard to tell, but no, it was not low to the ground. It was almost like a shadow cast over the window from high on an angle, maybe.
Okay.
But you're not sure what would have cast a shadow, considering how dark it is.
Okay.
All the light is coming from inside.
Okay. I immediately mentioned that. Like, man, something just passed by the window, and it was moving pretty damn fast.
What the hell are you talking about? There's nothing but rain out there.
Listen, you know, like, I've seen too many planes rush by the front of my plane when I was actually paying attention at the stick, and, like,
He's
I
high.
know something rushed
It's very
past.
high. You're hunters say.
Listen, man, listen, man, did you fight in World War II? Were you part of the greatest generation?
Yo.
I served my time in the military, I'll have you know. Secondly, I'm not saying you're wrong.
Okay, were you facing the window?
I was not. I'm
All
just
right, there you go.
pointing
then,
out that
man.
you're very high.
Man,
Saying keep that in mind.
listen.
There's a couple of loud thumps from up above. Is that the roof? Patrick says.
Someone had me Mary Jane, man.
Right. you see Hunter pull the slide back, pull the thing off, hand both back to you.
I'm gonna pull out the clip and make sure I get the right clip of 7 and put it back in there.
Okay.
Have I been? Am I near a bottle?
Well, yes. There's plenty of bottles in here.
Okay. I'm going to keep their location in mind.
Okay.
And wait for any more sound not coming from the people.
I drink all of my brandy at once.
Okay. So Hunter kind of looks at you, and then he opens up his, he's wearing, kind of like a tweed coat. Opens it up and has like a side holstered .45 like revolver.
Straight up, man. Straight up.
You want to point? Notch the stairs leading up.
Straight up the stairs on point? Yeah, sure. Yeah. I'll start up.
Who else is in the house?
So you have the young woman with the brown hair and a ponytail, the young woman with the blonde hair in the picture. You have Henry. They're all kind of like they're noticing that guns are out now, and like they got a little spooked by the sound. So now they're kind of just sitting back and looking what's going on. You also have Stephen, who is in the other room, but he kind of came out to where he can see everyone. And, when the lights came out, so he's kind of watching this too. There is Judy, but you haven't seen her in
That's
a bit.
right.
She said she was coming downstairs, but you never actually saw her go downstairs?
She never came downstairs. She was supposed to meet Patrick downstairs. At that point, I just go naturally, like, everything's gonna be alright. We're just going to go up and check to make sure everyone is okay and that everyone is safe. You guys are okay. You're gonna be okay. Just stay calm, and we'll get back to you and let you know how everyone's doing, alright? Just stay here. And I go to find, like, a broom or a mop, and I, like, hold it as, like, a sword.
Nice.
Is there a breaker?
Yes, in the basement.
Someone should go check that out.
Hi!
Yeah. I will wander off and look for the basement, I guess.
All right.
Have someone go with you.
I'll show you,
Okay.
says Patrick.
Okay.
I have
Great.
one question.
Yeah.
that I will ask everyone present in the first floor are we all here, and is Judy the only one who is upstairs? Who we know is upstairs?
The expectation was that Judy would have come downstairs. So she's still in the house because nobody saw her leave.
Right.
Or, well, I mean, she could have left, but
Nobody saw it.
nobody saw it. So she's most likely upstairs. The two lovebirds, Matthew and Sylvia, have not come back yet.
Right. For all we know, they're still out on the hill.
Are there any other guests?
There is one gentleman. He would have been upstairs sleeping, and Hunter would tell you he's an artist.
Okay.
There's one male guest who
Okay.
was asleep and he is unaccounted for.
Okay. Where is his room?
Second floor, first floor, whatever the fuck they call it in this
Right.
godforsaken country.
Right. Then I look at who's giving me backup on the walk upstairs.
Hunter
All right. Then I'll tell.
and
And
Scarlet.
Then I'll say that's where we'll head to first.
Alright.
I am not going that way. Apparently, I'm going to the basement with Patrick, who I met in the future.
Patrick actually, before he goes off to Scarlet, he would say, "Perhaps have a look in the study before you go up."
Alright.
And then he goes downstairs with.
Con artist roll. A motherfucking 9 in the exact same shape.
Hold
So,
on. Can I analyze the way he said
Yes.
that to me?
yes. So a 9 here.
That's a 1, a 2, and a 6.
Fine.
I'm not okay. I'm not okay.
13.
13. Okay, both of you get something out of this. Firstly, Pierre, you can tell that they've met. Like there's a familiarity there. As far as you can tell, he's telling her to go get something.
Okay.
Put it that way.
That's
And
fine.
that's more or less what you get. Also, he's telling you to go get something, but there's a familiarity there that seems maybe a little bit too familiar.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like how I know him from the future. And Leo knows him. No, I don't like this.
So, do you go to the study, or do you just go upstairs with these guys first, and do you wait for her? Or
Yeah,
I
I
would
would
say-
wait for her.
I have to go to the study. If you could just do me a favor, just wait outside the doors for me, alright?
Okay, we'll have.
I'll take you
Because
I'll
this
take
is
you to his
something
room.
I need
Yeah.
to go in and look up on my own, if you don't
Okay.
mind.
Okay.
Yeah, so I go in, I leave him by the door in case something happens, and like I just search for whatever he asked me to look for in there.
So, you go to his study. It's like there's a fireplace that's currently cold. The lights are off, so there's not a lot of light coming in. You can see the large tree from outside that I described to Adam, and it's going in the wind, and you expect branches to snap off at any moment. The wind has just picked up so much. Rain is just pouring against the window, making it hard to see. Your eye is drawn almost instantly to what you're pretty sure he was talking about, and it's a sword up on top over the fireplace, broadsword.
Oh my god, my father's broadsword. How?
There is a family crest on it.
That's our crest. Surely it can't be.
So,
Why would it be all the way over here? I thought they lived in Edinburgh.
So, we have Hunter and Leonard upstairs. Hunter, he's holding his gun up at the ready, points to the door where what I see was Ralph was sleeping.
I take my finger, I move my hair back as Leonard, and I like poke my ear and like point at the door.
Oh, so you want him to listen?
Yes.
Okay. So he looks. So he starts to lean in, and then basically just like bashes his shoulder into the door, knocks the door open.
Okay.
Gun out.
Same follow.
On the ground, Stedman! On the ground! And you see the guy in there, actually, he's holding up a lamp, and he's like, ah! So he gets down on the ground. Drop the lamp or I'll lay 2 of these bullets in you.
Yeah, man, what he said.
He'll lay 4. His is automatic.
Yeah, man.
What the hell? What the hell's going on?
Listen, man, were you, like, taking the lamp and, like, banging on the floor?
No, there was a thump from upstairs.
Guys, leave this poor man alone!
You running with a sword?
Yeah.
Man.
The cavalry's
I
here.
put it away. Leave this poor man alone! I'm sorry. Where exactly? What room is above you? Do you know?
I don't know. Maybe, I think there's a ballroom upstairs. I don't know.
Alright.
What was that?
Something, actually, you hear no sound, but something rushes past the window, dark, large.
Go.
Of the first floor?
Yes.
So the one
Yes.
above the ground
Yes.
floor. I mutter to myself, man, I knew I saw wings, goddammit. And, I like, Stedman, man, get your ass back with the rest of the group. Come on, Hunter, let's go up one more stair flight thing to, like, the second floor, but it's on the third. You know what I mean. Godforsaken country, man.
People move it. Let's just go to the ballroom. I'm sorry for disturbing you.
It's all right. Just, it's all right, he says, and he heads downstairs. Elian is going down into the basement.
Okay, and then the lights are still out, and we're looking for a breaker. And does Patrick have a torch? And by torch, I mean either kind.
There's one hanging up right by the basement.
So what?
So he,
A
takes
torch or a torch?
No, an electric torch.
So much.
So he shines it on. You can see it's actually a finished basement. There's kind of a weird-looking pool table. Actually, you have party animal. It's a snooker table.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. That makes more sense.
Dartboard, full bar.
Okay. So a
and-
fun room.
Yep. And it takes you across to an area where it's still finished, but it's a little less comfortable. Opens up like a little like closet. And inside is things like for the time fairly modern boiler, breaker set. He starts going through them, and he's making small talk actually.
Okay.
Just very very kind of nonchalant. So what brings you this funnel? You're from the continent, yes?
Yes. Yes. That continent. Yes. I'm honestly not quite sure. I've just been going where fate seems to take me these days.
Yes, it can take you some strange places, I assume.
Indeed. When was it exactly we last met?
He gets a little bit of a wry grin on his face.
Fuck!
Oh, not yet, is what he says. He flicks on the lights.
Do they turn on?
They turn on. You get up to the 3rd floor. All the lights are off here. You still have not seen any sign of Judy.
Oh, do I have up my own? Because I
Yes.
had a torch in my car, yeah.
Yeah, so you've got the light. They've got the firepower, and you also have,
Those one, yeah.
Have to steal.
When I asked you, Scarlet, where you changed, did you change in Judy's room?
Yeah, there was Judy's room.
would have been on. Did I say the second
The floor, the floor we were just on, right below us with the
Sorry.
guest room.
Yeah, I think I said second, but I meant first.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
You could have
It
looked
was-
in there, and she's not there.
Okay.
She's not there.
Fair enough.
Yeah. She left it when we went to circle back.
So if Stedman said coming from the ballroom, that's
Yes.
like the first place.
Yeah, he said he thinks that's what was above him. So you go there. You're kind of peering in. It looks like nothing out of the ordinary in terms of like there's nothing in there. The windows are closed.
Are the curtains on the windows shut?
They are, but it looks like it's a little drafty because they're kind of billowing out, and there's a little bit of water on the floor but it doesn't look like anything's broken. It just looks like they might be leaking a little.
Okay. Hey, Hunter, man. Go
Yeah.
get the windows. I'm gonna like look around. Just like shut the windows, please.
Got it. So he goes. No, they're shut. Just looks like they're need new caulking.
Okay. Cool. Sounds good, man. I mean,
There's a thump from above you. It's a little louder than it was.
And so we said there were 4 like stories, I guess, in this. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, there are 4 stories.
So it's even more above us.
The top level is the last level, and that's also where the roof is above that.
What? I asked Hunter really quick what other rooms are on this floor that Judy might be in.
Damned if I know. Could be any of them. I've only met them since yesterday.
okay, man. Well, I guess we just might as well go upstairs and like make sure no one's.
The lights come on at this point. The music starts up from downstairs.
Must have fixed the lighting.
There's a scream from downstairs. You hear it from upstairs. And from somewhere to the west of the house, you hear a crash.
Is there a window looking over the west side of the house?
You can rush there, yeah.
Yeah, I look out the window.
Give me a sanity roll.
Oh, great. I
Why do you keep running towards these things?
Because I want to know, man. Alright, where... How many dice that is?
Hunter, you can hear, he says, Sandra! And he goes running down the stairs.
How many dice is that? I cannot think.
It's 2 dice. If you have a trait that would help you. In this case, I would actually let your combat veteran work, because this is like you're in the mode.
So
yeah.
is that a bonus die?
Or
Or third?
no, just roll a 3rd die.
Okay. Don't fuck me up. 12.
Good. Okay.
Thank Christ.
You lose
Christ Jesus.
only 1
Yay.
sanity
I
point.
observed the worst thing that
Only one.
I ever saw.
No, it's not quite
Did I
that.
have looked out the window too?
Yes.
Do you...
Give me a psychology roll.
That was 3 dice or 4 dice?
Psychology, I think, is 4 dice.
Don't make me roll another one then. Oh, okay. 14.
14. Okay, you as well lose 1 sanity.
Now, what you see is a long, inky black tail that tapers as it goes, and it's flexible like a snake. And at the end, you see something that looks like a stinger or a barb, and it flows into the house.
How long is the tail?
From what you could see, at least 4 feet.
But I have to go downstairs.
I mean, remember that there's also something upstairs.
So,
Hi.
Elion,
Yes. I'm listening.
Patrick, after he turned on the light, and
Yeah.
and he said, not for a long time or something, not for a while. His expression shifts,
Oh no.
and he looks contemplative.
This is how I die. Not yet.
He says, "I remember you like a dream, one that is fading in wakefulness.
Interesting.
I can't place it, but I know I've seen you before. Spoken words that I have not yet spoke. Very strange, isn't it?" And then there's a scream from upstairs.
Oh my god.
Who was that? Was it a male scream, a female scream?
It was a female scream,
Okay.
and a crash.
We should go. We should go. We go.
So you rush up.
Then I tell you, man, some sort of animal thing is like breaking into the house. I knew it. I start running.
It dawns on you,
Mm-hmm.
it's breaking into the kitchen door.
It's my fault. It's my fault.
Dice fired.
It's my fault.
Why are you like
Fucking.
this?
What are you guys doing?
I'm running down the stairs to get back to Hunter.
We
Running
are.
downstairs to find out where that scream came from.
I guess we're going up the stairs.
Yes. So you would get up there first.
Yep.
From the basement is under the stairs, so you would end up in the great hallway, like the front hallway, before you guys get down, because you still have another level to get down. You would probably get up there just as Hunter is like coming down. You know, so you have a moment to pause, and you look in towards the back of the house.
Mhm.
It's through the living area, through to where the kitchen is.
Yep.
And give me a sanity check. Remember to roll your minus die.
No.
Mythos die. Yeah.
Is it what was my trait? Was it card?
I
think it was
Yeah,
card.
it was card, which
This
is just
is-
2 dice.
Not good. This is not good. Do I die?
What'd you roll?
For the penalty, it's the snake eyes. Do I die?
Oh my god.
Do I die?
Oh,
Why you do Why you do dice?
Well, he was so gracious enough to give me 2 dice to roll for this. If I had rolled just a 1, imagine it would be much worse.
you lose 4 sanity.
Hey, guess what I have now?
What do you have now?
6.
6. Okay, well, also here,
I need a pencil. Oh, good!
Pierre has gotten a second. Mythos
I'm
die.
learning so many things, guys!
Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god. Hold on. Hold on.
Do I die?
I don't know.
Look, 2 penalty die! 2!
Ain't life wonderful?
So, what Elion sees.
Yes?
First off, you see the one with the blonde hair and Henry running past you.
Smart people. Yep.
As they pass, the woman bumps into Patrick and kind of, it doesn't knock him over, but they run past. You see the 2 remaining people in the room. Sandra, the woman who was with Hunter, and the woman with the ponytail. Sandra is knocked to the side by a great black wing. A thing that stands before you.
Yes.
Tall, maybe taller than a man.
Yeah, you know.
Roughly man-shaped. Skin oily black. Like the skin of a killer whale in the water. Hands clawed. One reaching out for the woman and fingers impossibly long, grasping at her shoulder. 2 horns rising in arcs upwards, and a face, well, where the face would be, flat sheen of black that looks up towards you as you yell at the top of your lungs a bestial cry, and you rush toward it violently.
Okay!
This is the way Alien ends.
Were you
Not with a bang, but with a...
Were you in your right mind, you might see the barbed tail whip up behind it.
Okay. Yep.
As you're running down the stairs, thump, 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 turning around the landing, you hear... You see Patrick staring there in shock. You see Hunter raising his gun, and let's... First, you'll get an attack, because you more or less...
So do I have enough of a lucid mind to, like, grab a thing and do a thing? Or am I literally just, like, windmilling at the thing?
Okay, so...
Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing future man.
you can roll your party animal and just grab whatever's around you and barrel into it.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So party animal.
Yes.
So party animal. We're gonna party today! Damn. That's a 15.
15. Okay. Oof. All right. Okay. So you grab something. It's
There's liquor.
yeah. You go to grab a liquor bottle, and you end up with a little bronze statuette about this big of Priapus, and you basically just clock the thing right across the black, featureless face. Give me a roll of 1 die.
Okay. That's a 5.
5. Nice. Nice solid hit.
Remember me.
Think of me
Think of me fondly
when we say
goodbye.
The thing gets clocked across the face. It lets go of the woman. It kind of brings its great wing across to shield itself.
Oh, okay.
And then you hear Chandra as Hunter fires off a couple of shots. The first shot almost hits it. It kind of like ducks down, and the shot shatters the whiskey bottle on the table. The next shot goes wide as the thing lumbers back towards the door, and it kind of folds up its wings as it moves. And it dropped the woman. You don't know her name yet. However, its tail whips around and grabs her by the leg.
No!
And yanks as it goes towards the door, moving in a rush. And it moves silently.
That is weird. That's weird. Right, guys? That's weird.
That's weird.
You guys get down. You can see it. You can see it's dragging this poor woman as she's screaming. You can see Elion is following it with this statue of a guy with a gigantic penis.
Yeah, of course.
Am I holding it by the penis, or am I clobbering it with the penis?
It's totally up to you.
I choose the latter.
Okay, all right.
How thick is this tail?
The tail is actually not thick. It's very thin, and it tapers as it goes.
Can I, in my high state of mind, make a reasonable assessment to
Give
see?
me a sanity roll.
Yes, that's what I was going to ask for. Can I make a roll to see if I can hit not the tail, but the rump end of whatever this creature is?
First give me a sanity.
All right.
First.
Sanity.
First, we are beholding terror.
Yes,
Okay.
and give me a sanity roll as well for Scarlet.
How many dice?
This is 2 dice.
2 dice. Okay, thank you.
for me
So,
3 dice?
yep.
That's so much better than 2.
$11.
11. Okay. Scarlet's fine. Leonard loses 3 points of sanity.
3.
3.
You're probably at
Okay,
7. Yeah, 7.
So
29.
you are on the brink.
Still at 29?
Mm-hmm.
You are
Yeah.
on the brink.
Yeah.
Like, you want desperately to do so many things right now. You want to flee. You want to shut your eyes and pretend it's not there. But you steel yourself with shaking hands and you raise your gun.
Okay.
Shaking gun hands!
Veteran drifter, shot.
Yep.
That's 4 dice.
And what does Scarlet want to do as well while you load?
Shaking gun hands. I feel
Well,
good about
after he does that, I really wanted to do before he does that, I want to see, try to swipe and cut off his tail so
Okay.
he lets go
So
of the girl.
he's going to get the shot off first.
Yeah.
You can run up and try and do that. You may not get there. You might get there.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah.
How about a 16?
16? Oh, yes. So that will hit.
Unless it's gonna turn.
Did you... Oh! That is a critical. So you get to roll twice the dice.
And for
So for handgun, I said it was 2d6.
Mhm.
So you rolled 4d6.
Okay. Alright. How about a 10?
A 10 is phenomenal.
I did half that with a penis statue.
So
It's okay, baby. You did work too.
you hit it where you want to, right? There is like a shudder of anguish in silence that it gives, and the tail releases and whips around crazily as it scrambles for the door. You can hear the claws clattering, you can hear the tail whipping around and knocking things off the tables and smashing into one of the windows. The wind is howling outside. Scarlet is running up for it now. It's like it's reaching the door, it's clawing its way out, and you
I
can
want to
see...
try to slash it not in its tail, but in its weak spot to maybe down it.
Okay, where do you think the weak
No.
spot is?
Stop.
So
Thanks.
let's put it this way: it's folding its wings up, and it's about to kind of like launch itself out. You can see it's bleeding this black, viscous goop out from
Yeah,
the
it gets
shot
bitten.
in its back.
Yeah.
The tail itself is kind of whipping around, so it makes it a little bit hard to get close, but you can get one shot at this thing before it moves out.
I don't want it to
So I
stay.
just try to stab it in the middle of the back.
Sure.
I don't
Sure.
want it to stay.
And I'm gonna give myself a point for psychology, thinking about the nerves in its back and where it's the best to hit without hitting like where it can go right
Got you.
through.
Okay.
And then
Psychology. I mean, if you'd gone to psychiatry, you might have had a little bit more medical training. I don't really think it
I've
would
learned
apply.
about like
You can-
nervous system
you can roll-
structure as well.
It's also weird, not quite a dude.
Yeah, it's what I'll say is you can roll 2 dice to try and figure out somewhere where you might want to stab it.
Get another dice and sword.
Actually, so yeah, you have sword fighting, so give
Yeah.
yourself a bonus die. So
Yeah.
2 dice plus 1 die and take the highest.
9.
9. Okay, so you're about to you're about to stab, like you're almost gonna half sword it, and then you're like, it's trying to fly. So you kind of like whip the sword around and you go to slash down its back at the muscle by its wing.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and make a slash. It'd be your sword fighter. It would be 3 dice.
14.
14. Oof. Almost a crit. Almost a crit. But you do hit. So roll 2 dice of damage.
6.
6. You don't just get the wing. Your sword slashes in, cleaves into the thing's shoulder, and black blood spews out. There is no scream. There is a shudder, and its neck strains with cords that are like veins that start to pop out from the oily black skin. Its head flails around from side to side as if it were screaming. You can see the claws dig into the wood and splinter it. And it kind of starts to fall forward. You can see the shoulder where you cut into it starts to disconnect as muscle pulls apart with strings of fluid and tissue. The underlying skin is strange and in places grayish and places purple, and everything pouring out is just black. Give me a sanity roll. Just
Because I will not have it.
just
3.
yeah. Do 3 dice.
13.
13. Okay.
Don't make me roll sanity ever again.
Right. So you're good. You lose 1 point of sanity, which is a good thing because you would have lost more if you failed.
Yeah.
It's more kind of the unnatural appearance and behavior of this thing that really kind of gets under your skin. It should be crying out in pain, but it's not making any sound as it falls forward. Thumps.
What are its feet?
Its feet,
Yeah.
long and two-toed, with claws at the end. No fur. Skin black, not gray.
Yeah, it's a weird black thing.
Okay.
It's not the same thing. No.
And you can see
It's not.
the black blood oozing down the back porch of the kitchen. The rain just splashing it off. And the thing stops moving. The tail flickers still. And then even that slowly dies down.
Okay. I'm going to reach into my bag.
And pull out a thunderstorm.
I wish. And pull out
The Thunderball.
the little the little sheet of rolling paper, and I'm going to say, "Man, it's time for an Oppenheimer," and like, and flip the sheet of rolling paper over, and all of you can see
The name that you saw before?
the little sheet of rolling paper is autographed, the signature of Robert Oppenheimer. I'm going to roll that up. I'm going to say, man, I've been saving this for Arthur's seat, motherfuckers. And like roll that up with like the best cut shit I have, which I keep in the other clip, which is why I only have 4 bullets in it.
Okay.
I keep it like I have to take out the other bullets and like reach in,
Man.
and it's like the nicest, finest cut shit ever, and like roll it up in there, all of it, and just like toke up.
What is this? What is this paper like soaked in LSD?
I say nothing. I look at Patrick. Is Patrick still there? Where's Patrick?
Patrick is still there. The others have run. You don't know where. They haven't run outside, but they've run to elsewhere in the house. Patrick is still standing there in the front foyer or whatever.
He's,
I'm gonna ask him if he's got a car.
Yes, in the garage. He's looking at the thing.
Wake up, man. Wake up. We can't think about that right now. That's like, that shit's fucked up. But right now, man, it's like, look at me. We got to get a car, okay? Judy, I don't know.
They've come for Judith. We have to find her.
What do you...
what?
I'm sorry. Does this happen often?
All right.
You can
All right,
see.
I'm going to run
What's
upstairs
happening
then.
exactly? Tell
First
us.
you're
things
running-
first, checking on the brunette.
Right. Okay. She is like she's backed herself away on the floor into like the cabinets, like in the back of the kitchen, and she's like she sees you coming close and she tries to like actually get into one of the cabinets.
Okay, I'm going to try my damnedest. I'm not going to make my own sanity roll. I'm going to try and con man and just be like, it's okay. It is dead. We should probably do stuff, but we can't help you if you're going to hide in a cupboard.
You can see Hunter is like, is kind of crouched down by Sandra, making sure she's okay. Gun still pointed at the thing.
Right.
All right, so
Freaking me out, man.
Give me the con man roll.
Okay, please don't make me roll any mythos. That's a 10.
A 10? A 10 will do it.
Okay.
So you manage to get her calmed down, and she doesn't want to look at the thing, but she'll
Yes,
let you
do
get
not
it out.
look at the thing. Let's go in the opposite direction. Oh wait, what's your name?
Martha.
Martha?
Margaret.
Margaret. Yeah, I something about all of that noiselessness.
What was it?
That is not important. What is important is that we get to safety.
She just like clings to you as you take her out.
Hey!
Hunter and Sandra also retreat, and he very like he goes to like close the kitchen door, and he just stops, and you look back, and you can see that the thing seems to be wilting, shriveling, liquefying.
Is it just sitting, or is it doing that and receding away?
It starts by kind of like sinking
Uh-huh.
and then pooling,
Uh-huh.
and then it's leaving kind of a stain. Like there's still black shit all over it,
Fuck. So it's just.
but yeah, it's yeah, exactly. It's not moving. It's not like reconstituting. It's just
It's just
partially fading, partially liquefying. It's going away, shall we say.
that.
And he quietly closes the door. I should have stayed in Rio. And he goes and just, like, from somewhere he manages to produce a scotch glass and downs it.
Oh, if there's a bottle anywhere. So
Yeah, no, yeah,
so
you got it.
I have that.
You can tell he also has party animal.
And later, once Margaret is secreted away, my plan is to down the whole thing and then vomit.
Okay, perfect.
Brilliant.
So, you had been having this conversation with Patrick, who had just said they've come for Judy.
I'm going to run upstairs. She can have all the conversation with Patrick about Judy that she
Am I
wants to.
anywhere in earshot at any point of that?
Yeah, you would probably, like, you would hear them talking now as you come in. You didn't hear they've come for Judy, but
Okay. So
So,
what?
yeah, first of all, why? What is this creature and why would it ever be after Judy?
I don't know why they're after Judy. But
Then how do you know? What has she told you?
it's not what she's told me. It's I've seen them before, like I've seen you in a dream. He says to
Not the
Elrin.
same dream, I hope.
No, God helping. They are.
God may be.
Not quite the right term, possibly.
The maiden and the stars.
But-
No, they
Because this is a.
they walked this land once. Now only in dreams.
I thought that was just a myth.
Myths apparently walk and fly and snatch at poor defenseless girls. He turns around. He punches his hand into the to the railing of the stairway going up. Damn, why can't I remember?
Where is Gigi, Patrick?
I
Where
don't
would
know.
she go?
May there's something you think you might be able to remember?
The way I remember you, the way I remember it.
Mayhap I may be able to help with that.
Also, this was my father's sword. How did you know? How do you have it? Why? Why is it here?
Honestly, nothing would surprise me at this point, so go right ahead.
Waiting here for you. For when you would come.
I'm sorry, I exactly are you? I don't really know much except your theories that you've spoken about.
Yes. Theories and dreams, and you're getting the sense that he's kind of, I don't want to say losing it, but he's like borderline. He's starting to potentially lose touch. That's the sense that you get with your psychology training.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the state he's in right now, look at me.
Can I
Look
try?
at me. Look at me.
Can I try to therapeutically
You can both compete to do it.
bring him back?
No.
I'm gonna roll.
Well,
Shit, I rolled 2 ones and a 4.
can I
And a
make a
four.
card
Yeah.
roll?
Yes, you can. Both of you roll at penalty die. Oh. Yes, you can. You still get a penalty die, but the Mythos dice do not count as penalty dice.
Good. Notice that I'm rolling a white die as a penalty die. So it cuts out the highest?
Yeah.
Unfortunate, because I had 2 6s.
I had 2 6s as well.
What did you both end up with?
13.
13?
16.
16. Okay, so what transpires is a strange kind of back and forth where you're both trying to get his attention, and it's kind of hurting both of your attempts. Eventually, though you kind of let her start talking, and then you put the you just fine. I'm going to do the cards.
Yeah.
And so you lay them out.
Oh, look at that! Should be there.
Is that a skull upside down?
That's a skull
Oh my
upside
God.
down. And this is some skeleton dude with
yeah,
a
for
sword
sure.
upside down. So they're all skulls. Like that's the theme of this particular deck. And this is appropriately morbid, I think. But what I'm hoping is that it reveals at least some. What I'm trying to do is anchor him. I'm trying to anchor him to this moment. I know that he's feeling pulled apart by a bunch of different things, and that he wants a bunch of different things right now. But I'm trying to anchor him to this moment.
Gotcha. And so, at first, what does Scarlet start out trying to do? Like, how are you? Are you trying to calm him down? Are you trying to get him to focus?
Just a bit of both, honestly. Like,
Okay.
I'm getting to stay in the moment and just like.
So you're having a lot of trouble with it
Right.
because Elion is also like
Yeah.
pulling his attention, and you're getting a little frustrated. But finally, you manage to kind of push him back to you by talking about Judy and getting him to, like, where's Judy? And she must still be here. She couldn't have gone. Why would she go? No, she would have stayed. And then you lay out the cards, and he glances over and he sees specifically that card of the skull.
Okay.
Sit down. And he reaches out and he kind of exhales, and he leans his hand, to catch his weight on the railing of the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Sleeper in the barrow.
And
The sleeper in the barrow. As the moon returns to life, as it opens its eyes and rises and fits. She didn't want to go. I didn't want to go. Oh God! And he half collapses, half sits down onto the stairs. It's all our fault. I'd forgotten, don't you see? I'd forgotten the sleeper and the 7. Now they're 5. Always 2 awake, always 5 asleep. The book, please. He reaches out to Scarlet. The histories. God, the histories of the British kings.
Let me see how. Historia Regum Britannia.
Yes.
There you go. By Geoffrey of Monmouth. There you go.
The study. In the Latin, please. He says, and he's asking you, he's imploring you to go get it.
All right.
Meanwhile, Leonard has rushed up the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Give me 3 dice plus bonus.
Wee.
This is for smuggler, but with the bonus from your vet.
Oh, nice. Thanks. All right. We got ourselves.
So 3 highest?
Oh, 3 highest. Yes, of course. 14.
14. Okay. You get to the top floor. You've checked all the other rooms. You get to the top floor. The above you is the roof, and the house is creaking in the wind. The lights are mostly off up here. You can turn them on, in different rooms.
I turn them all on every room I go, as also A, to get lights on, and B, to know which rooms I've been in and seen in, just as like a counter, way to count things.
So you're going through, you're checking,
Mm-hmm.
and about halfway through your search,
Mm-hmm.
well, you wouldn't actually be able to go in because the door's locked. But, it's locked from the inside. So, So you
Plant foot.
okay? Give me we'll say Warvet.
Yep. Plant foot. Traditional textbook door kick down. All right. 14 with a 1, 15.
15. Okay, so you manage to burst the door in.
Mm-hmm.
You see Judy
Mm-hmm.
is there in the room.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you burst the door in, she has her hands like this. Oh God! What are you doing here?
I look at her with the Oppenheimer joint hanging out of my mouth, just slowly burning, and I was like, "What were you gonna do? Like fucking kung fu hands and things to death?"
For the listeners, her hands were held up in kind of clawed, one back, one forward, in this weird kind of almost stance.
I mean, I would describe them more as like Palpatine.
Yes, very much like Palpatine.
Well, yes, but I mean, Leonard.
Right, Leonard would not know Palpatine.
Dear boy, I thought you might have been one of them.
Well, look, we just shot a big bat devil and silent-looking thing downstairs, and it was like weird, like fucking. I had to roll up the Oppenheimer. Like, it was Oppenheimer level crazy. Look, your husband's downstairs. He's freaking out. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Let's listen. We've been looking for you. So, like, get downstairs.
Where is it?
It was in the kitchen doorway. I shot it. Girl who was with us stabbed it with a sword, like a fucking sword.
Is it dead?
It wasn't moving when I left.
How did it get in the house?
It came in through the kitchen door.
Kitchen door. Yes, well. Maybe. Yes, maybe we should go downstairs.
Listen, Leonard would not make the connection.
I know.
I would have thought it was some cool, like, graffiti or, like, or molding or some shit.
Believe me, I know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, you start taking her down the stairs.